What's up guys, Learning with Rich here. In this video, we are going to learn conceptual design in Revit 2023. Just a basic conceptual design, so we will be adding massing shapes. Okay, so the first part of the exercise, we're going to create basic mass by extrusion. So we are going to learn different ways of creating our mass. So the first way that we are going to learn is by extrusion. Okay, so you will notice here my sample file contains 11 levels. So I'm going to open the level 1 here. And then I'm going to select here Massing Insight to start creating my basic mass by extrusion. So from the Massing Insight, make sure Show Mass here is turned on. And then let's start creating our mass. So click In Place Mass. And then let's put the name here. So let's say this is building. And then I'll select here OK. Alright. And then let's use here rectangle tool. So by the way, you will notice your tools here change to massing tools. Okay, so you now have here your create tab. So let's use the rectangle tool. So let's click that one. And then we are going to make sure the placement is at level 1. So I'm going to pick the first point here, and then I'm going to pick the second point here. So I'm going to make sure that the size of my rectangle is 15,000 by 15,000. So to do that, I'm going to select here modify. Okay, and then let me click this line here. And then click again. And then change the temporary dimension to 15,000. Enter. Then click outside. And then click this line. And then click again. And then change this temporary dimension to 15,000. Enter. Okay, so that's it. Now, after that, the next thing that we will be doing here is we're going to select the shape that we created. And then from the form, we're going to select here solid form. So we are going to create an extrusion. So click that. And there you go. So let's check this one out in 3D view. And check the properties. And then you finish the mass. Right click. Zoom to fit. This is now the mass. So I'm going to select the mass that I created. And then I'm going to edit in place to edit the mass. And then I'm going to go to the south elevation, double click that, and then I'm going to click the top portion of the mass and then drag this blue arrow all the way up to level 11. Okay, so if you check the 3D view, oh, why is it like this? Looks funny. So let's click this one. Let's move that up all the way to that same level. Okay, so that's how you do it. So that's your extrusion mass, basic mass by extrusion. Okay, so now let's say for example I want to create an opening here on the lower portion. Okay, so I want to create an opening. So we're going to create an extruded void. Okay, so this one is a solid extrusion, right? So it's solid. So this time we're going to create an extruded void. So we're going to create an opening. So how to create an opening? So let's say I'll be opening the south elevation, or I'll just do it here in the 3D view. So how to check if your side is on the right elevation? Just check your view cube here. So if I want to the south face, so just check. So it's here. This is the south. So this is the south face here, this one. So if you want to go to the eastern part, this is that one. Because you see there's the letter E. So that side is the E. So here you orbit. So this is the north part. How do I know? Because there's the letter N. That side is the northern part. So this one is the west part. So to orbit your model, you just simply hold the shift and then hold the middle button of your mouse and then drag your mouse to orbit it. So let me go to the southern part, which is this space here. So that's the south. Okay, so I'm going to create an extrusion void. So to do that, I'm going to create this one. All right, so let's click this. And then we're going to set the work plane to this face. So let's click this set work plane. So we're going to set the work plane. So let's click that. And then make sure this face is highlighted. As you can see, there's a color green lines. It highlights that face. So when you see that, you click to place the work plane here. Okay? So now that we have placed the work plane here, I'm going to change my view to south elevation. And then I'm going to create a line here. Line. Okay, so let's pick a plane again. So okay, and then let's pick this face. Make sure that's highlighted. So pick that to place the work plane. And then I'm going to pick line here from here to here. There you go. And then modify. And then I'm going to offset that line. Pick lines with an offset distance of 3,000. Offset that to the right and then offset to the left. There you go. And then modify to terminate. And then I want to create an arc. So start and radius arc. So I'm going to pick from here to here. And then there's the arc. Okay. And then I want to delete this one. I don't need this line anymore. So let's delete that. Now I want to close my shape here. So I'm going to select the line here to close that shape that I created. There you go. So it's now closed. So if I go to the 3D view, so there's now the shape that I just created. So make sure that is closed. So let's select the chain of lines that I just created and then go again to your form. So instead of create a solid form, so this time I'm going to select void form. So let's click this one to create a void to your extrusion. There you go. And then let's drag this all the way behind here to create an opening and then just click outside. There you go. So there's the opening. Right? Okay, so let us furthermore modify our model. So let's create a sweep here. So this time we're going to learn void sweep. Okay, so this is our solid extrusion. And then we create here a void extrusion. So let us learn how to create a void sweep. Okay, so to start that, so let me go to the level 11. So I want to do my design here. So level 11, and then let's use the line tool again. And let's set the work plane. So set the work plane. I want to put that, pick a plane. I want to put the plane here at the top. So click. There you go. So our work plane is now here. So let us now creating our line. So this one, pick here. So when you are creating a sweep, make sure you have a path. And then after that, you have your profile. And then select modify. So this is our path, this one. So the next thing that we will be doing after we create the path, so we need to create the profile. Okay, so to create the profile, so let me go to the 3D view. So this is the one that we created. Where is that? This one, right? So this chain of lines. So I want to go to this side here. What's that side? So east, right? So this side here is east elevation. So let me open the east elevation here. Double click. So here's our east elevation. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create now the profile. So to create the profile, instead of going to the east, why not just go to the west? So let's go to the 3D and I want to do it here on the west side. Okay, so here on the west side. So let me go to the west side. There you go. So this is the west side. So let's create the line tool. And then let's pick a plane. So let's pick this space here. So make sure this is highlighted like this one. Pick. Okay, and then let's use the line again. So I'm going to pick here and then to the left. So let's say this is like 4,500, enter. And then I want to pick here, and then pick up. There you go. And then modify. So in 3D view, so this is now our path. This line, this line, this line. So that's the path. And then we now have the profile. So that's how you create your sweep. So you need to have a path, and then you need to have a profile. But this one is a void sweep. So let's select this path, and then hold control, and then click your profile. So after you select your path and profile, so let's go to form, create form, void form. So we're going to subtract that shape to our solid extrusion. So void form. Then there you go. Right? Okay. So now the next thing that we will be learning is we're going to create a solid sweep. Okay. So the one that we just created just now is void sweep. So this time, let's create a solid sweep. Okay, so how to do that? So let's go back again to the top portion. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm going to create again line, and then again let's set the work plane. So I want to pick a plane. Okay, and then I want to pick here. There you go. And then I'm going to pick line from here to here. Oops. All right. So just escape. Something wrong. So make sure if you're having a difficulty, let's go to the 3D view. Okay. And then we are going to pick from here. So line tool. So let's set the work plane. Let's pick this face here. Okay. So line from here to here. There you go. And then modify. So we just created our path. Remember, when you create your sweep, make sure you have a path, and then you have your profile. So let's create the profile. So I'm going to orbit to the west side. So I'm going to create arc here, start end radius arc. So let's click that. And then again, I'm going to set the work plane. I want to set that to this face here. Okay, so I'm going to pick here like that. And then let's create an arc. So I'm going to pick here. Oh no, having a difficulty. Okay, so it's not snapping to that side here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to terminate that. So this side is west, right? So I'm going to open the west elevation. Double click. Okay, so let's create again the arc. So arc, set the work plane. Let's set pick a plane. Let's pick to this face. There you go. And then let's create the arc. So from here to here. There you go. And then let's close that using line tool. Close. And modify. So in 3D view, so this is how it looks like. So we now have our profile, and then there's our path, right? So remember, that's your sweep. So you need to have a profile, and then you need to have a path. Okay, so let's select both. So let's click the profile, and then hold control, and then select the path. Select both. And then this time, create form, create a solid form. So click that. There you go. Beautiful. Okay. So next, so let's create revolve. Okay, so we have learned how to create a solid extrusion, void extrusion, void sweep, and then solid sweep. So this time, so let's learn revolve. Okay, so let's learn revolve. So to do that, so let's say I want to do that to this face here. Okay, so what is this face here? What's this side? So that is east, right? So that is your east elevation. So I'm going to open the east elevation. So double click that. And then here's your east side. So let's create a line here. So for your revolve, so you need to create also your profile. So click here and then move here. So let's say like 2,400, enter. and then this one should be close as well. So I'm going to pick here, and then I'm going to pick here. There you go. And then select modify. So this is our profile. So for your revolve, so you need to have a close profile and then axis of revolution. Okay, so I'm going to create a line here. Okay, and then pick a plane. Set work plane. This is our pick a plane. Okay, so let's pick this face. There you go. And then let's pick this side. Oh no. Okay, so line. Remember line. And then set work plane. So let's pick a plane. Pick this face. And then let's proceed. So let's just create a short line here. So 1, 2. Then modify. Make sure that your profile and then your axis of revolution is not overlapping or touching each other. Okay, so now let's select the profile, hold control, and then select the axis, this one. And then let's go back to our form here, create form, solid form. Click that. Unable to create self-intersecting. Okay, so let's check the 3D view. All right, so this is what happens. So because our axis is facing to this work plane here, to this face here, so make sure it's on this face here. So that's the reason why there's an error. So I'm going to select this and then delete. So let's create again our axis. So select line. Okay, set the work plane. So make sure this is the face. This face here. And then let's pick from here to here. And then modify. So let's see. Alright, so they are now on the same plane. So let's try again. So let's select the profile. Hold control and then click that line to select both. And then create form, solid form. There you go. Okay. But we do not want a whole revolution like 360 degrees revolution. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to select my revolve. So let's check the properties. I'm going to change the starting angle here. So instead of 0, I'm going to make that 180 degrees and then apply. And there you go. So it's only half. That's only what, that is what we need. So there you go. So that's how you create your revolve. So make sure you have a profile and then an axis. Now, the next thing that we'll be doing is we're going to do the combination of sweep and revolve. Okay, sweep and revolve. So how to do that? So let's say I'll be doing that to this face here. So what is this face? That is west elevation. So let's go to the project browser. Let's open up the west side. Double click. Okay, and then let's create line again. Line. Make sure you set the work plane. Pick a plane. And then let's pick this face. Okay, so let's pick from here. Alright, so like that. So let's say I'll just pick. Let me just approximate the shape. Let me pick here. Any shape will do. So revolve sweep. So make sure you have two shape here, two profile, and then path. Okay. This is blend. So we call this blend. So in order for you to create a blend, blend model or blend mass, so make sure you have two profile. So that's the first profile, and then this is the second profile I'm going to create. So from here to here to here to here to here. So we now have two profile, right? So 1, 2. So after you have two profile, just like your sweep, you need to have a path, right? So to create the path, let me go to the level 1 because this is on level 1. So level 1. Okay, and then let's create our path. I'm going to select the arc. So just to make sure, let's set the work plane, pick a plane, okay. All right, and then let's pick, Oh, here. So it's already level 1. So let us just pick here. No. This one. Okay. So make sure it's on level 1. So let's create the start and radius. So from here to here to here. And then modify. So in 3D view, this is how it looks like. There you go. So you have your 2 profile, and then you have the arc as your path. Okay, so let's do this. So let's click the 2 profile, click one, hold control, click the other profile, and then still holding control, click the path, and then create form, solid form. So click that, and voila, there you go. All right, so once you're done with your conceptual design, your massing, so you can now finish it. There you have it. So you now have your conceptual mass. So in this exercise, we have learned how to create a solid extrusion, void extrusion, void sweep, and then solid sweep. Then we also learned how to create a revolve, and then blend. So blend is a combination of sweep and revolve. Okay? Right. Okay? So that's it. So hopefully you learned something from this video. If you have any comments, you can put it in the comment section below and I'll get back to you as soon as I can. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.